Servane, could you please tell us a bit more about your organisation, Ogunte?
Ogunte is a company that supports women social entrepreneurs. We support them and connect them because we believe that giving support to women social entrepreneurs will have a greater effect on sustainable change, social change. So we'll make sure that they've got access to the right stakeholders, the right connections, the right investors, and that they can present robust proposals.
Servane, why did you first get in touch with businesses in the community about the Mentoring for Social Entrepreneurs programme?
Well, initially I was very interested in getting more skills, negotiation skills. So that was my first request, and from a first mentor. So that was fulfilled, and then I decided that I should have go with another mentor.
Fantastic. Paul, how has supporting Ogunte been beneficial to your company?
Lloyds Banking Group is obviously a very large lender to individuals and small businesses within the UK. We're very, very committed to supporting social entrepreneurs, supporting social enterprises, because any activity that we do in that sphere, our view is it's to the benefit of UK Inc. If it's to the benefit of UK Inc. and to people in the UK, then clearly it's a benefit to us given our position as one of the main banks in the market.
So then, what benefits have you seen for Ogunte since the mentoring began?
Well, there was benefits for me and the company as well. I've worked with Paul on the way we're communicating the business case, the way we make sure that people who have got nothing to do with social entrepreneurs and even less with women social entrepreneurs understand that there's something in it and that they can benefit from it as well. It was interesting for me as well to be able to master that skill because Paul comes from a totally different world and I have totally different interests. So I had to establish a link and make sure that he understood what we were doing and why we were doing it.
So to both of you, have you experienced any challenges through your mentoring relationship?
No. I think as Servane said earlier, I come from a very different world than she does. Our backgrounds are very, very different, our viewpoints are very different, our experiences to date are very different. So when we had the opportunity to pair together as mentor and mentee, I think both of us realised it was either going to go one of two ways. It was either going to go very well or it was going to be a complete disaster. I don't think it's been a complete disaster.
No. Well, the benefit has been good to me.
So I think it's worked well. I think for me the challenge was actually understanding what Ogunte did and being able to then identify with that and see how my experience would be relevant to what they do. So I think that was probably the challenge at the beginning, but hopefully I managed
to overcome it.
I haven't seen any challenge as such. What was interesting is the awkwardness of the matching. I thought, how can he understand what we're doing? But in this challenge, there was the future benefit I could take. I could actually really try to make my point across, and that was the learning goal for me. So it was just awesome.
And how long have you been working together now?
It's about 5 months.
Something like that, yeah.
About 5-6 months now.
Oh, great! And you think you'll carry on?
Well, as long as Servane wants me.
I hope so. I kind of offered Paul to be on our board.
That's great.
In a very subtle way.
I'm quite pleased to stay involved with Ogunte. I think what they're doing is incredible. It does need to be, get as much exposure as it possibly can. And any assistance that we can give going forward, clearly we will.
And lastly, Paul, what advice would you give to other businesses interested in supporting social enterprises?
I would encourage them to do so. I think there are benefits for not only the business, but there's also benefits for the individuals that work within that business. We are in an environment where rewarding people with big bonuses and pay rises is much more difficult than it was before. So job enrichment for people is sometimes quite an important part of retaining good staff.
Definitely.
I think allowing your good people to go use their skill set in a mentoring program like this is a very good way of adding to the satisfaction that they have with their own employer, and allow them to actually use their skills to the benefit of the community as a whole. So I think it's a very important thing that people can do.
Brilliant. And Ogunte, do you have anything to add, or why businesses should get involved with the programme?
Well, I will echo what you say. It's more about social entrepreneurs to really keep getting mentors from companies or individuals that come from a totally different world, because open source thinking, what gives you the greatest insights, and you can really learn a lot.
Fantastic.